Oh, good morning, everyone. If you're watching a replay, it's just gone 8 a.m. Indochina time. That's in Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, Thailand, Southeast Asia. And just gone 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the east coast of Australia. Welcome. Here we are, Monday to Friday, watching the Asian market for gold, XAU USD. And we'll just jump over to the full chart. There you have it. Right now, gold is trading at 5395. We're looking at the 15-minute chart, and this is yesterday. This is yesterday. What an amazing day yesterday was. Just go over and have a look at YouTube, see if anybody's coming in yet. There's a few people starting to come in now. Good morning, wherever you're watching from. For me, it's morning in Southeast Asia. Friday, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Oh boy. And there's Sean, first one into the room. How you doing today? I'm just waiting to see if a few more people will come in. And I want and there's Rhoda. Yeah, still Thursday there. Well, oh, you might have lost me there shortly, briefly. Let's see what happens. Come back. Still Thursday over there. Okay, yeah, I know. So us guys over here, we're kind of like a crystal ball for you, I guess. It's already Friday here. You read up all that sell. Not quite sure what that means. So I'm going to go over here and just go ahead and explain what I'm looking at here. This is yesterday, as you know, you can see this is all yesterday. And if you remember, gold opened yesterday right here at 54.19 and it went up to 55.98. And if you remember, if you're watching yesterday in the Asia session, when we were live, we were looking at it and said, oh man, what a massive move. Unbelievable. And it was. It was $175 move, 1,750 from the start of the day within 45 minutes. An unbelievable move. And then we went sideways for most of the day, up and down a little bit. Here's the London session in here. And then we had the New York Open. This is 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I went live exactly at 9:30 right on the New York Open as I do most days for the opening of Wall Street. And these two candles here, 9:30 and 9:45. And in here, guys, people were asking me what did I think gold was going to do? Did I have any kind of an outlook? And I told them what I expected, what I was looking at was that gold was gonna go down and take out the Asian low, which was right here, and it did that. In the next candle, in the next few minutes, it went down and took out the Asian low. Now you can go back and watch the video. This is exactly what I told them was gonna happen, that it would go down and take out the Asian low. And not only did it do that, there was so much momentum that it went down and took out the previous day low from yesterday. And so we started at 5598 up here. You could say 5,600. And we finished the day at 5097. You could say 5,100. That was a $500 move from the high of the Asian session to the low in the New York session. A 5,000 pip move. Unbelievable. Guys, if you're experienced or you're new to trading, it doesn't matter. Just imprint this on your brain because get used to it. This is not normal, okay? This is not normal. But you can say that you have seen the most amazing move in gold ever. So you in the future you should never be surprised by what gold can do, the moves that it can make. Just unreal. Yeah, you can see a lot of things. Now, I didn't have this is what I told people. They were asking me, what's it going to do? And I don't have a crystal ball. Actually, any experienced trader could know that this was going to happen. And there's a reason that it happened. Do you know what it is? Just tell me in the comments if you think you know what it is. Why did it happen? It's important that we know that. No comments yet. Well, this is definitely below here. This is definitely a liquidity pool. And below here, down in this area, down in this area, there's so many stop losses and pending orders. And this is what institutions do. They come down and grab all that liquidity so then they can move in the real direction, which we know gold is really bullish. Gold is not bearish. Gold is bullish. You don't look at one chart one day and say, oh, gold is bearish now. No, 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 no. Gold is bullish. But this is not retail traders making this move, guys. Come on. This is institutions, hedge fund managers. This is the big players that trade with billions of dollars. And there's a liquidity pool down here of stop losses and pending orders. And now all that's been knocked out. They come down and grab that liquidity, and that's what it's called, a liquidity grab. And then it starts going the real direction. That's what happened. But why did it happen? Liquidity grabs are normal. Okay, they happen on a regular basis, and usually at the open of either London or New York. But my question to you is, why did it happen last night? Hello, Alec. How you doing? Well, the reason it happened, guys, is because it's profit taking, which you see at the end of the month every month. And you can go back and look at the charts. It's not guaranteed on the exact. last day of the month, but it regularly happens at the end of the month. Taking out profit, that's what this is. You might get a liquidity. Okay, the liquidity grab was here below the Asian open, and that should be enough on a normal day. And then they start to go back up. But this just kept going, kept going, kept going. And that was just profit taking. Gold is at the highest price it's ever been in history. And so you see this every month. If you're an experienced trader, you would have known that this is going to happen. Sometimes it's on the very last day, which is today. Sometimes it's the day before. You can't predict what time or what day. But at the end of the month, you're going to see massive profit taking on gold. And let's just quickly look at the DXY, the US dollar index. So gold is paired with the US dollar. And what did the US dollar do? It's not that the US dollar is getting strong. No, no, no. The US dollar is in the toilet. So the US dollar, because it's paired with gold, they can't go the same direction. They don't normally. Sometimes it happens, but it's rare. So gold went down and the US dollar went up. But then when gold started going back up, well, of course, the dollar started going back down. So just share that with you guys. It's very, very interesting. You can learn a lot from yesterday's moves. This happens on a regular basis at the end of the month. There was no surprise. And you can go back and watch my video. I told people it was about to happen. And just within a few minutes, it happened. It went from 54.97 to 5097 in 30 minutes. So this move here, it made it look like nothing. This huge move we were talking about yesterday, it made it look like nothing. So let's go over to today's chart. Oh, what's been going on here now? What in the world are we seeing here? Some more craziness. This is the first candle, which I normally watch, but I've been giving my explanation, so I didn't see that. Yeah, I'm doing good, Alec. Thank you for asking. Yeah, they have to pay people. Maybe they want to pay the margin calls on their stocks or whatever, It doesn't matter. They're taking out that profit. They gotta need the cash to pay the bills. Oh yeah, it will go back higher than where it fell from. Sure. We know that. Gold is still bullish. Who is this? Smokeless Distillery. Let me block that guy right now. Get one of those every day now. And he's not good enough just to put one. He puts another one. Oh, there's another one. Come on. Don't discount the 4,900 level. Well, we know gold can do anything. Not after yesterday, nothing should surprise you. Nothing at all should ever surprise you with the moves that gold can make. And we're already seeing a huge drop here. Let me get rid of that. That's no longer a valid candle, valid trend line. So we're going to move here just on this opening of Asia from 5406 to 5314. It's already dropped nearly $100. Amazing. 5406 and now 5306. It's dropped $100. That's 1,000 pips, that one candle right there. I just I get tired of saying unbelievable. Oh my God, what is going on? And yeah, probably just more profit taking. Asia taking more profit. Asia last night, New York took the profit. They got all their profit, cash in hand, and now Asia wants some profit. They want some cash in hand to pay their bills. For sure, guys, this is not retail traders moving gold down 1,000 pips in 15 minutes. No way. Asia is Singapore and Shanghai open on this candle here. And Shanghai is a gold exchange, and they are big, big market. Shanghai and Singapore, some of the biggest forex traders in the world. That's why I get up and watch the charts. I didn't want to get up today, I can tell you. I watched the close of the U.S. session. Well, not quite. I went to bed at 3 a.m. So I didn't want to get up this morning, but I did because I want to be consistent with this live session that I do every day, Monday to Friday. We shorted from 54.48 and closed it too early. 54.48. Oh, that's way up here. 54.48. Oh, you shorted right there. So you shorted on this candle here. That was about an hour ago. Oh yeah, you closed too early, I think. But that's okay if you close with profit. Don't beat yourself up. Just next time, try to hold it just a little bit longer. And each time you can get a little bit better at that, holding a little bit longer. Maybe move your stop loss below break even or use a trailing stop loss. But you can take profit anytime you want. But it's pretty common knowledge that most traders will close their trades too early. I'll get rid of this line here. This is nothing. And this is the pivot point for the day. I wonder if I can put a, well, I'm gonna see if I can put a text message on there. No. Oh, yeah, I can too. Okay, yeah. And then we have support down here at 54.10. And then we have resistance way up here at at 56.12. The support and resistance are very spread out because the move has been so big. Hey, Raj, welcome. I think 4,900 is a long way away, but I don't discount anything. Anything can happen. Gold could turn bearish in the short term. Let me go over and see if it changed on the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, no, gold is still bullish on even the 4-hour chart because we had that. It did recover. It did retrace after that big drop. It did retrace during the closing hours of the New York session. So will we keep going down? I'm not going to take any trades in the Asian session. I want this thing just to settle down, and I'll come back and look at London. London session, like yesterday, was a lot more sensible, easier to judge the moves. As we can go back over here and look. You see here, we got the London session yesterday. That's this is easier to trade can make some, I guess you call it some scalping trades. Yeah. You see it going up for a while and then going down for a while. But these kind of moves here like this, wow. And Asia kind of generally will set the pattern for the day. This is the accumulation session, it's called. And then we work from that. But you do get the unusual days like yesterday. But those liquidity grabs are kind of normal. You should study up on those if you want to learn more about trading. Liquidity grabs are very, very uh, common. They usually happen in the London Open or the New York Open. And if you can learn to identify liquidity grabs, then it presents a good opportunity to make some good profit. Okay, I won't see you tomorrow, Alec. Tomorrow is Saturday. Well, it's Saturday where I live. And by the way, I want to let everybody know that's watching and anybody watching the replay, I won't be able to do the Asian session next week. From the 2nd of February, for next Monday to Friday, I won't be able to do the Asian session. I'm going to Kathmandu on Monday, and the time zone is very, very different. So I won't be able to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do the Asian session. So sorry about that, but it's just a different time zone. So I'll probably be doing the London session from Kathmandu. And then, of course, I can probably do the New York session. Hello, Juan. Nice to see you here. I'm doing great, thanks. It's Friday morning for me. Thank God it's Friday. TGIF. Okay, I'll see you from Kathmandu, Raj. It's my first time to Nepal. I'm really looking forward to it. I've been in about 60 countries, but I've never been to Nepal. you, well, you'll be solo attacking the Asian market. I've found a couple of Nepalese traders on a Discord group that I am in. So I hope to meet up with some Nepalese traders while I'm over there. Yeah, Juan, I know you're still Thursday. I'm a day ahead of you. It's Friday over here, Friday morning. So what can we expect today? Well, I don't ever expect anything. We're right at this pivot point for the day, and this is a support resistance level. And we started out with a bit of a bearish candle, and not a bit. That's a $100 move right there, 1,000 pips, just that one candle there. And then our first support level is 5410, 5410. So it could come down and bounce off of this support, or we might start to go back up to higher prices. Just have to wait and see how it plays out. Raj, you came in late, so how did you do yesterday? You don't watch the New York session. You didn't see that. Let me just move back and look at the New York session. This is the day, this is yesterday. And if you remember when you were here yesterday, Raj, we looked at this opening of Asia, and this was a $175 move, and we thought, oh my God, an incredibly huge move. But you look at what happened in the New York Open, Wall Street Open. This is nothing. This move up is nothing compared to this move down. From the high of yesterday to the low of last night, that's a $500 move, 5,000 pips. Just unbelievable. Well, it is what it is. But that's one for the history books. And now we just go back and trust our strategy. And of course, it's important that you protect your capital. You know, guys, there was a lot of people that blew up their account last night. A lot of people blew up their accounts. There's somebody in my group that almost blew up their account. You've got to protect your capital. Use a stop loss. Use a stop loss for God's sake. This can happen anytime. I mean, this is extreme. This is not going to happen daily, but it can happen. And maybe you got up today and you're buying. If you got up before Asia open and you're buying, well, this is a 1,000 pip move down. If you don't have a stop loss, you're going to get wiped out. There's nothing more important in trading than risk management. Okay, you got a small trade during London. That's cool. Well, you've never seen anything like that, Raj, because it's never happened before. Never in history has gold moved $500 in one session. There's been some big moves over the years, but never that much. That was just a massive move. Oh, flash crash. I don't remember. I don't think some of the currencies, I remember people talking about a flash crash with this, I think the Swiss franc a long time ago. I don't think gold has ever, well, I'm pretty sure gold has never dropped that much. The cable boss. Oh, the pound US. Okay. Oh, Brexit. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. I remember that one too. Yeah. Yeah. The pound went down to $1.01. 1 pound, $1. $1.01. Almost parity to the US dollar. I remember that. Oh my God. That was crazy times. Yeah, during Brexit. So what are we seeing here now? Now they're getting a bit of a recovery already. I really prefer looking at these normal kind of moves, although this is not really that normal. 1,000 pip move. Let me just adjust my trend line over here. Okay. Now this is starting to look a little bit more normal. Yesterday was anything but normal. Nothing normal about that. 5,000 pips. Oh, I can't get over that. That's one for the history books. We'll be talking about that for a long time. But gold is still bullish on the 4-hour chart and the daily chart. So we look for an opportunity to buy. And I was taking some buy trades in here last night. That's why I stayed up till about 3 a.m. The New York closes at 4 a.m. my time, so I stayed up till about 3 a.m. and I was taking a few buy trades in here, and then finally I gave up on it, or you see these small candles. I didn't expect it to, I thought, well, maybe it would, go back to where it was, but it looked like okay, that wasn't going to happen. So I watched it for a little bit more, and then finally just went to bed. But I did get a few buy trades in here. I was just scalping a little bit. Yeah, that pivot point is it's like a magnet, and this is kind of normal what we see. It'll move away from that and go down, or it'll come back up towards it, break above it, and then go up, and then come back down. That's generally how the pivot point works. But 56.12, or it'll come down and test support at 50, what is that, 54.10? No, 51.10. The numbers are so far apart because of these big moves. So right now trading at 5352. And this is already a $100 move right there on that first candle with Asia. So it comes down here, that would be another big move. Oh, just consolidate along here for the Asia session. Maybe we're going to see some trader fatigue, trader exhaustion after after yesterday. You are very right, sir. What do you mean, Alec, about risk management? Yeah, what I was saying about the stop loss is so important. You should use a stop loss on every trade. Even if I'm scalping, I will put a stop loss. And scalping is, you're in and out of the trade. You don't hold them for very long. And I would always put a stop loss. Never take a trade without a stop loss. I never, ever take a trade without a stop loss. I am very willing to accept a small loss. If you don't have a stop loss, man, you're talking about a potentially big loss, a potentially huge loss. Yeah, we're just breaking above that pivot point. Yeah, okay. This is normally what you see in the Asia market. Okay, that first move was pretty big for the Asia session, and it happened pretty fast, 15 minutes, 1,000 pips. But now we're starting to recover a little bit. This is why I like the Asian session. It moves slow. Like last night in New York, holy mackerel. You, and last night you needed to fasten your seatbelt because there was nothing slow about the move last night. We're now trading at 53.71. Maybe we'll get up to 5,400 pretty soon. That's not that far away. 5,400 is right there, and then 5,500 is right here. So not so far away. We could see some good retracement or recovery back to higher prices. So ideally, what I'm looking for, and I'll tell you what I'm looking for, because gold is bullish on the day chart, gold is bullish on the 4-hour chart. So gold is bullish. I'm looking for an opportunity to buy, but I won't take any trade in the Asian session. Let this settle down and give us an idea of what the market sentiment is, and then perhaps in the London you get some manipulation, and it tends to. It's been at least recently. It's been trading in a range, but it will generally hold the price of what we saw in the Asian session. But I'm looking for an opportunity to buy. If something is bearish, I look for an opportunity to sell. But gold hasn't been bearish. Well, I did try to look at the 15-second chart, which we did find out that since you mentioned that a while back, Raj, the 15-second chart is available on TradingView. In fact, it has a 1-second chart. But for the 15-second chart, it tells me I need to upgrade to premium. So I might do that in the near future, but it's not an urgent requirement for me. So if you have the 15-second chart on your TradingView, you must have the premium version. Yeah, just staying around this pivot point now. Let's scan through the other metals and see what they did. Need to reset my chart. Yeah, they followed gold. Pretty much the same deal. Platinum, silver. Although silver made a better recovery, got back almost to where it started. Copper, same thing. The metals, all the same kind of move. And oil is still going up. Hey, how about that? And we know why that is. Trumpy Dumpty has moved all of his battleships over to the Middle East, and it's kind of in the talks that they might do some kind of operation over there, start another war. And if that happens, well, that's not good for the price of oil. We go back to gold. I just leave that on the chart there. Oh, what a crazy move. This first candle in the New York Open last night, that didn't surprise me, the first candle. I told everybody that was going to happen. But the second one, now that surprised me that it would drop that hard. Uh, a rescue that will last a day. Oh, okay. Well, that's still going to upset the Middle East. There's going to be some pretty serious concerns. And I think he was talking about doing some more bombing on their nuclear uh, facilities. You don't know what that guy's going to do. He wakes up in a new world every day. So not much going on here, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and sign out for today. And just remember that I will not be here for the Asia session next week, Monday to Friday next week. I will not be here because I'll be in Kathmandu and the time zone is very, very different. What do you mean, bro? What's the plan? What plan is that? Okay, see what happens. As, as Trumpy Dumpty says all the time, let's see what happens. Yeah, thank you guys for being here. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to like and share. And I'll see you again on Monday in the London session, if that's suitable for your time zone. Okay, have a great day wherever you are. Have a great weekend. Relax, enjoy yourself. Go see a movie, play golf, whatever it is you do. I'll see you again next week.